Hey guys, John here and welcome to Phase 4. Congratulations on making it to the final phase. In this phase, you'll be utilizing Facebook's machine learning to its fullest potential. By leveraging broad targeting, automatic placements, and campaign budget optimization, you'll be giving Facebook full control over how to manage your ads. Now this is an updated version of the endgame that we released on YouTube, and in my opinion the update makes this far more efficient and easier as we're only testing 2 ad sets now and have lowered the minimum spend requirements. Now I can't guarantee this method will work every time. Sometimes all you need is $5,000 of spend for this to work, and sometimes it doesn't work with even $20,000 of spend. The amount of data you'll need for this method to work will vary from store to store, but the minimum requirements before trying this out is at least $5,000 of spend. The reason why the endgame will work extremely well in Phase 4 is because you finally collected the required amount of data for Facebook to fully understand exactly who your target audience is. Now you can feed Facebook massive audience sizes and it'll automatically sift through them and find you the right customers effortlessly. So in this phase, you're going to be creating very high budget campaigns with ad sets that have no defined audience targeting. The only thing you'll specify is budget, location, and language. Alright, so let's jump into the exact setup here. So the setup is quite simple. One campaign, 2 ad sets, one targeting US/Canada broad, and the other targeting worldwide broad, with language set to English all, and then 2 ads in each ad set. The ads will be dupes of your best performer. Now for this CBO, you want to set a minimum spend limit on each ad set. The minimum spend will be 25% of your total budget. So if your budget is $1,000, then each ad set will get a minimum spend limit of $250. The reason we're using a minimum spend limit for the endgame is because the CBO will tend to favor larger audience sizes due to the cheaper reach. So in many cases, the worldwide ad set will eat up most of the budget and not give the USA ad set a fair chance. So by setting a minimum spend limit, you allow Facebook to give both the USA/Canada ad set and the worldwide ad set a fair chance to determine where to allocate the budget. Alright, so once you finish setting up your campaign, schedule it to run the next day and then publish it. Okay, so after a day, let's check out the results. We're looking for 2 specific things here to determine whether or not the initial test was a success. The first thing is, was the test profitable on the campaign level? And number 2, were the ad sets profitable, either the USA/Canada ad set or the worldwide ad set, or both ad sets. So if your campaign was profitable, as in both of your ad sets hit positive returns, then most likely Facebook figured out exactly where to allocate the budget. It should be pretty easy to scale in this scenario. Just observe your campaign and continue to double the budget daily so long as you're hitting your target cost per purchase. Now if your campaign was profitable, but within your campaign, one of the ad sets has horrible performance, as in it's losing you money, then don't touch anything. Let the campaign run for another day. Now if on the second day your campaign is still profitable, but you have the same ad set still losing you money, then what you'll want to do is turn that ad set off and let Facebook allocate all the money to your winning ad set. Now if your campaign remains profitable the next day, then you can start scaling by doubling the budget every day so long as you're hitting your target cost per purchase. Alright, so now if your campaign was unprofitable, but within your campaign you have one ad set with bad ROAS and another one with good ROAS, then you still have a good chance of getting the endgame to work. In this scenario, you'll want to take your ad set with a profitable ROAS and dupe it twice into another campaign and then let it run. If after one day your new campaign is still not profitable, then most likely you don't have enough data yet. Just go back a phase and come back after spending another $5,000. If after one day your new campaign is profitable, then you can follow the same protocol, which is continuing to double the budget each day so long as it hits your target cost per purchase. Now if your campaign is unprofitable and both of your ad sets are producing negative ROAS, then that means you're not ready for the endgame yet. Turn off your campaign, go back a phase, and then try it again after you spend another $5,000. Now if your campaign is hovering around the break-even marker, then there's a few possible scenarios. Either both of your ad sets are around break-even, or one ad set is performing well and the other is underperforming. If both of your ad sets are around break-even, then just let the campaign run for another day. If it doesn't optimize and you don't see profitability on day 2, then just kill the campaign. Most likely the endgame isn't going to work and you'll want to go back a phase and come back after another $5,000 in spend. However, if performance does increase, then great. Your campaign is slowly optimizing, and if on the third day you continue to see improvements, you can start to scale by doubling the budget every day so long as you hit your target cost per purchase. Now if one ad set had a positive return and the other ad set had a negative return, then turn off the ad set with a negative return. Then let the campaign run for another day. If performance doesn't increase, then kill the campaign and go back a phase. If performance does increase, then let it run for one more day. If you see improvements on the third day, then you can start by scaling by doubling the budget each day so long as it hits your target CPP. Alright, so to wrap this up, the last thing you need to know is that sometimes when you scale the budget too high, too rapidly, you might see a decrease in performance. In this case, just scale the budget back down to the original budget it was at before you started to see a decrease in performance. Then let the ad set re-optimize and then try scaling the budget again. Alright guys, that's about it when it comes to the end game. Once you're at the end game, there really isn't much more to do. You can continue to scale your existing CBOs up until you see a decline in profitability or your backend just can't keep up with your current scale. Now you could also incorporate our Ultra method to rake in some additional profits at extremely high ROAS, but it'll also deliver you lower volumes than the end game. Now at this point, you should have a pretty good idea of how to run your Facebook ads. I did do my best to include as much detail as possible without making things overly complicated, but of course, there's still a lot of things that I can't teach, which is intuition and experience. Not every scenario will play out exactly as I mentioned, and it'll be up to you to apply the fundamentals that I've taught to troubleshoot the problems and reach success for yourself. The system is meant to give you a means of running ads that will get you going with your dropshipping career. However, to truly progress and become great at Facebook ads, you will have to continuously test new features, setups, products, and niches. So best of luck to you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.